Welcome, dear listeners, to History with Herodotus, where we embark on a journey through the annals of time, uncovering the secrets of our collective past. Today, we find ourselves on the banks of the majestic Nile River, in the land of ancient Egypt, during a period of great transformation and growth, Pre-Dynastic Egypt. This era, shrouded in mystery and intrigue, laid the foundations for one of the most fascinating civilizations the world has ever known. As we delve into the earliest history of pre-dynastic Egypt, let us transport ourselves to a time around 5000 BCE when the Nile Valley was inhabited by various Neolithic communities. These early settlers were drawn to the fertile banks of the Nile, where the annual flooding brought nutrient-rich silt, creating a veritable paradise for agriculture. The landscape, with its vast expanses of golden sand and rocky outcrops, stretched as far as the eye could see, punctuated by clusters of papyrus reeds and acacia trees. We can almost hear the gentle lapping of the Nile's waters against the shore, and smell the sweet scent of blooming lotus flowers. The Badarian period, which dates to around 4000 BCE, is particularly notable for its contribution to the development of pre-dynastic Egypt. During this time, we see the emergence of a distinct cultural identity, with the use of black-topped pottery and the presence of copper tools. The Badarians also developed a system of hieroglyphic writing, which would eventually become one of the hallmarks of ancient Egyptian civilization. We find evidence of their settlements at sites such as El Badari and Hammamiyah, where archaeologists have uncovered the remains of mud brick houses and granaries. As we explore the Naqada period, which dates to around 3000 BCE, we witness a time of great upheaval and transformation. The rise of powerful chiefdoms and the development of more complex systems of government led to the construction of large tombs and monuments, such as the one at Herodotus. This monumental architecture suggests a high degree of social stratification and economic complexity, with rulers and elites exercising control over the population and resources. One notable figure from this period is King Scorpion, who ruled around 3200 BCE and is believed to have unified various regions of Upper Egypt under his rule. His tomb, discovered at Abydos, contains some of the earliest examples of Egyptian hieroglyphs, which provide valuable insights into the language and culture of pre-dynastic Egypt. As we continue our journey through the earliest history of pre-dynastic Egypt, we come across other significant sites, such as Nabta Playa, where archaeologists have discovered a series of ancient stone structures and megaliths. These enigmatic monuments, dating back to around 5000 BCE, demonstrate a sophisticated understanding of astronomy and mathematics, with alignments that correspond to celestial bodies and events. The precursors to pre-dynastic Egypt's emergence can be seen in the gradual development of more complex societies, with specialized labor, trade networks, and social hierarchies. The Nile River, with its annual floods and fertile silt, provided a stable foundation for agriculture and population growth, allowing these early communities to flourish. As we conclude our examination of the earliest history of pre-dynastic Egypt, we find ourselves poised on the threshold of a new era, one marked by great achievements, profound cultural developments, and the eventual rise of a mighty kingdom. The seeds of greatness have been sown, and the stage is set for the dawn of one of humanity's most remarkable civilizations. Join me next as we venture into the heart of pre-dynastic Egypt's most pivotal period, where the foundations of ancient Egyptian society were laid, and the course of history was forever altered. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, where we're exploring the fascinating world of pre-dynastic Egypt. As we left off in our previous journey, we had reached the threshold of a new era, marked by great achievements and profound cultural developments. Around 3500 BCE, we find ourselves in the midst of a remarkable transformation as the Naqada culture reaches its zenith. This period is characterized by an explosion of creativity, innovation, and artistic expression. The people of pre-dynastic Egypt are now living in more complex societies with specialized labor, trade networks, and social hierarchies. The Nile River continues to provide a stable foundation for agriculture and population growth, allowing these communities to flourish. One of the most significant developments during this period is the emergence of a unified Egyptian state. We see the rise of powerful leaders such as King Narmer, who is believed to have united Upper and Lower Egypt under his rule around 3100 BCE. This unification marks the beginning of the Proto-Dynastic period, which would eventually give rise to the Old Kingdom and the construction of the majestic pyramids. As we explore the archaeological record, we find evidence of this unification in the form of symbolic artifacts, such as the Narmer palette, which depicts the king wearing the double crown of Upper and Lower Egypt. This iconic symbol of Egyptian unity would become a hallmark of ancient Egyptian art and culture, representing the pharaoh's role as a divine ruler. During this period, we also see significant advances in technology, trade, and architecture. The Egyptians are now using copper tools, which allow for more efficient farming and craftsmanship. Trade networks are expanding, with goods such as grains, metals, and precious stones being exchanged between Egypt and neighboring regions. The city of Herodotus, with its impressive temple complex and monumental architecture, becomes a major center of power and culture. The site is home to the famous Tomb 2100, which contains some of the earliest examples of Egyptian wall paintings depicting scenes of everyday life, mythology, and royal rituals. As we continue our journey through this pivotal period, we're struck by the sophistication and creativity of pre-dynastic Egypt's art and culture. We see the emergence of a distinct Egyptian style, characterized by intricate pottery, jewelry, and sculpture. The use of hieroglyphs becomes more widespread, allowing for the recording of historical events, myths, and legends. The people of pre-dynastic Egypt are also developing a complex pantheon of gods and goddesses, with deities such as Ra, Isis, and Osiris playing important roles in their mythology. This spiritual landscape would continue to evolve over time, influencing the development of ancient Egyptian religion and culture. As we near the end of this period, around 3000 BCE, we can see the foundations of ancient Egyptian society being laid. The stage is set for the rise of the Old Kingdom, with its majestic pyramids, powerful pharaohs, and sophisticated culture. The seeds of greatness have been sown, and the course of history has been forever altered. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, where we're exploring the fascinating world of pre-dynastic Egypt. As we left off in our previous journey, we had reached the end of a remarkable period marked by great achievements and profound cultural developments. Around 3000 BCE, the proto-dynastic period comes to an end, marking the beginning of the Old Kingdom. However, this transition is not without its challenges. The unification of Upper and Lower Egypt under a single ruler creates new tensions and power struggles. Regionalism and tribal affiliations continue to play a significant role in Egyptian society, often leading to conflicts between different factions. One of the major factors contributing to the decline of pre-dynastic Egypt's distinct cultural identity is the increasing influence of external forces. The rise of neighboring powers, such as the Mesopotamian city-states, leads to an influx of new ideas, technologies, and cultural practices. While these exchanges undoubtedly enrich Egyptian culture, they also erode some of the unique characteristics that defined pre-dynastic Egypt. As we explore the archaeological record, we find evidence of this decline in the form of decreasing regional distinctiveness. The unique pottery styles, jewelry, and sculpture that once characterized different regions of Egypt begin to give way to more standardized forms. This homogenization of culture is a natural consequence of unification, but it also marks the end of an era. Despite these challenges, the legacy of pre-dynastic Egypt continues to shape the course of ancient Egyptian history. The foundations laid during this period, including the development of hieroglyphic writing, the emergence of a complex pantheon of gods and goddesses, and the establishment of a unified state, provide the basis for the Old Kingdom's remarkable achievements. The city of Hierakonpolis, once a major center of power and culture, continues to play an important role in Egyptian society. The temple complex, with its impressive architecture and symbolic artifacts, remains a powerful symbol of Egyptian unity and divine authority. The Narmer palette, with its iconic depiction of the king wearing the double crown, becomes a revered artifact, representing the pharaoh's role as a divine ruler. As we look to the broader ancient world, we see that pre-dynastic Egypt's influence extends far beyond its borders. The exchange of goods, ideas, and cultural practices between Egypt and neighboring regions helps shape the development of other civilizations. The spread of hieroglyphic writing, for example, influences the development of writing systems in other parts of the ancient Near East. In conclusion, the decline and aftermath of pre-dynastic Egypt marked the end of an era, but also paved the way for the rise of one of humanity's most fascinating civilizations. As we reflect on this remarkable period, we're reminded that the achievements of pre-dynastic Egypt continue to inspire wonder and awe today. The legacy of this enigmatic civilization remains an integral part of our shared cultural heritage, a testament to the power of human creativity, innovation, and perseverance. As the great Egyptian historian Manetho once said, "The Egyptians, having been instructed by the gods, made their country a land of wisdom and knowledge." As we bid farewell to pre-dynastic Egypt, we're left with a profound appreciation for the enduring impact of this remarkable civilization on the ancient world. Join me next time on History with Herodotus, as we explore new chapters in the epic story of human history. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember that to understand the present, we must first understand the past.